Hey crafters! Today we are on a little bit of an adventure, a little expedition, getting some time in the sun on this beautiful day, and we're going to take you along with me. Of course, I'm also bringing along some thrifted clothing for my outfit today. You guys know I love thrifting. I'm always looking for those hidden gems, things that I can use in my daily life and buy them secondhand. But I am always open to thrift flipping or changing items, maybe doing a little DIY magic, maybe doing some sewing, maybe doing a lot of sewing to change those pieces into things that fit my body and maybe even my life and my sense of style. Let me show you a little bit of my recent thrifting footage. I'll show you some of the fun and weird things I found out there in the wild, and then I'll show you the pieces that I ended up taking home with me and the ways that I decided to flip them into some special pieces for wearing today on today's expedition. Come along on the crafting adventure, and then of course I'll take you outside along with me to show you how it all turned out. Let's get started. I love a denim jacket, and I really love finding them at the thrift stores because you can find a variety of styles, a lot of different materials. You know, just keep hunting, keep trying them on until you find ones you like, and you know, usually pretty inexpensively. Amazing. This one is very interesting. It doesn't have a tag. I think the tag has been removed. It is kind of worn. Like, I think it was probably like a white, light washed kind of weathered jacket to begin with, but it's definitely been washed and worn a lot. We got some like patchy bits. We got some kind of fraying edges a little bit. There aren't any holes, but you know, just definitely worn. And you know, it's a little discolored for sure. Not lined. It's a little stretchy, so it makes me think it's like a cotton blend with some spandex. I do like the shaping. I like the fit. It's like a little boxy, but since it is a really lightweight material, it seems pretty comfortable. So a really good movement-friendly thing. Let me tell you what I'm thinking. Let me grab a couple supplies here really quick and tell you how I think I want to upcycle this one. Yeah, I think we could dye this thing. I actually really enjoy over-dyeing denim, and when you have a piece that is worn like this, I think that could be a really fun look with the dye, because I think the dye will help pick up all the lighter patches and the areas with more white threads showing, and just kind of give this jacket a little bit of new life. I will be following pattern directions or package directions with this guy as usual. Since I think we're mostly cotton, I think we'll be okay here. I think I just want to do an overall yellow dye. Like, I don't want to tie these up with rubber bands or try to, you know, make any patterns or colors or anything. I just want to dye over the whole thing. I think the jacket has enough color variation to begin with. And, yeah, I'm not totally sure how the color will turn out. I mean, the garment itself is blue underneath, so I think we're going to get some areas that are going to come out more green. I've only got about half a bottle of this yellow left. Get this in the sink, stir it around until it's the color I want, and then take it out again. Fill up the sink with some clean water and some color fixative to try to lock that color in. let it sit in the fixative for, I don't know, about 20 minutes. And then I can wash and dry the jacket and show you how it looks. So let me show you my setup over in our kitchen laboratory, and let's get to dyeing. Okay, guys, we got our usual cast of characters. Of course, we got our dye and our fixative. I'm going to be adding some salt as the package directions recommend for this fiber content. Definitely read the package and check out the Rit Dye website. They got lots of tips and stuff for dealing with different fibers. And of course, I got some cleaning supplies ready because, you know what, it's always good to be able to clean up stuff quick, especially with dye if you have like old countertops and like old cabinetry which stains easily. Let's clean it up, man. Got our gloves and our spoon for dyeing, but you can tell we've also got some towels. I mean, like, speaking of cleanup, let's just prevent some cleanup, right? Of course, I've got my floor a little prepped as well. Now we're going to be working here at the sink. As usual, I'm going to be filling that sink up with a whole bunch of hot water. Gonna add a little dish soap. We're going to add some salt. We're going to add our dye, and then we're going to put this jacket in there. I think I'll get the jacket a little bit wet before I do that. And then we'll be ready to start dyeing. Let's fill up that sink. Okay, guys, this has been in here for about half an hour, and I think we're getting kind of a yellow tint. Like, you can see it more in other places, some places more than others, but it's definitely there. I'm trying to remember, I think the first time I used this dye color was on my tropical pants, and I remember kind of thinking that the dye was kind of a lightish color. Like, some dyes are really, really pigmented, and they turn things colors like really fast, like, I don't know, the coral or the true green, or of course all the dark colors are like, whoa, really pigmented. But this yellow seems to be kind of on the lighter side. So I think this is as dark as it's going to get. I'm not sure, you know, how this is going to look. Is it going to look kind of more green? Is it going to look yellow tinted? I'm not sure. But I think I need to pull it out. Gonna fill up this sink with some fixative. Wash this garment after that. Probably wash it cold in the washing machine. And then I'll have to show you what it looks like. Wowie wowie. Oh my word. Okay, this turned out a little brighter than I thought it was going to. But it's really cool. I think we might have gotten chartreuse from this mix. Oh my goodness. Okay, I will say, it's definitely more green than I thought it was going to be, but that kind of makes sense, because denim is blue, and yeah, blue and yellow make green, so I shouldn't be surprised. I am loving how this worked with the weathered denim. Like, some areas are more blue, some areas are more light, some are more like yellow, some are more green. I think it really works with the kind of, you know, grungy, weathered vibe of the jacket. But I think we got ourselves a very striking jacket. If you guys get behind turning things into other colored things and thrift flipping and making brightness in your own world, give this whole video a thumbs up, will ya? And consider subscribing to Partners in Craft, because you never know what we're going to be up to around here. Hope you come along for more adventures. I love finding unique t-shirts at the thrift store, but they're not always the colors you want, the size you want, or in good condition. And this one, though, is all of those things. So very excited to have found this one. This is from a brand called Comfort Colors, and it is cotton. Actually feels like a really nice cotton. It's kind of a heavy, kind of vintage feel cotton, but it does have some stretch. And of course, the graphic design. What? So cute. Love this. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love the t-shirt as is. But every time I look at the picture, like, I'm looking for more color. Like, I want the leaves to be green, and I want some of the flowers to be colored. Don't get me wrong, it would be really cute to keep it as is. But, I think we could work a little DIY magic on this and make it cute, but not make it too crazy. I went to the craft store. And I have been overdue for a new set of fabric pens. So, you thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah, let's do some coloring, you guys. Like, good old-fashioned color in the lines. Just add some fun brightness to this shirt. I mean, we've got some cute pictures here to work with. Like, these to me look like flowers. That kind of makes me think, that and that kind of makes me think like lavender flowers. These guys, maybe these guys. I don't know. We got some chances to like add in some bloom colors and then lots of leaves. And I think I might want to outline the words in like green so they pop a little bit more. We'll see. Yeah, the flowers aren't totally evenly distributed. It'd be nice if there was like one of these over here and over here, just so it'd be like super balanced. But I'm kind of thinking, okay, what if we go lavender for these guys? I'm thinking like red, orange, maybe some yellow with these guys. I'm not totally sure what I want to do with those. And the rest, like varying shades of green. I think I also want to bring in some yellow and green like over here to kind of balance out what's going on over there. I don't know. Markers say let them dry for 24 hours before you dry it or before you wear it. So, yeah, I want to give this a try. One other thing, I'm going to be putting a layer of freezer paper on the inside of my t-shirt. You could use wax paper or foil or anything like that, just to try to keep whatever you're drawing here from bleeding through onto the backside. That would be a bummer. So I'm going to prep my workstation. I'm going to get out some freezer paper and let's get to coloring. Okay guys, I've got my little table here covered with a tarp. Got a big old piece of freezer paper inside the t-shirt. Actually fit really nicely. Just got that right inside there. Keep that from bleeding. Got my pens. I also have like a little paper plate and some paper towel so I can kind of test out colors because I haven't used them before. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna, maybe turn on some music, switch over to time lapse, and have fun. Let's try it. Well, guys, I think we're done. This looks a lot more vibrant, just more interesting. I think this is where I wanted to go with this. A couple notes, though, on the pens. I gotta say, this pack of pens was a little different than I thought it would be. It says rainbow, but like 3 of the pens were definitely bright neon. And I was a little disappointed with that. I was hoping to have more like a color spectrum. And I just didn't even use these colors because they just didn't seem to fit with the other colors. They were just so different. Also, the dark colors were like really, really dark. So they were kind of clashing with the black outlines, and I definitely colored outside of the lines, sometimes on purpose to try to expand the colored area a little bit, but also to try to make it so they weren't covering up all the black outlines as much. So that was also a little disappointing. It was kind of hard to get in between colors. So you might have noticed I ended up doing a lot of like color blending. Like I used yellow, and then I went over it with some green, and then I went over it with some yellow. I ended up adding more green later. I think these leaves had like teal and green and a few other things. Also, note, I just noticed I got some on my fingers. This doesn't dry very fast, and I almost smudged ink a couple times. Like I put my hand down on like a wet patch when I was like drawing, and I think I did make a little smudge over here somewhere, but thank goodness I did not completely smudge it. I think maybe have some paper towel on hand. You can put it down, put your hand on it, and then remove the paper towel so you're not getting it on your hand and smudging stuff. Also, the t-shirt fabric was definitely not the easiest stuff in the world to draw on because it has a very fine knit weave to it. So like there are actually like vertical stripes of ribbing, very small, in the fabric, and that made it hard to draw exactly with the pens. And especially with the dark colors, it seemed like it either got them too light or too dark. So I kind of just decided to roll with that. And I, drew outside the lines kind of on purpose, trying to expand some of the areas and just kind of add like a slightly sketchy look across the whole shirt. So sketchy was kind of what I was going to get with the fabric being so bumpy. So just kind of added that in, and I'm just kind of okay with it, and just tried to balance it across the shirt. So, oh, I also just left the words black, partially because I'm tired, and partially because now they pop a little bit more by themselves. So that's great. I am going to carefully let this dry, definitely let it dry for a while here before I move it around a lot. And then I'll have to show you when I get a chance to wear it.